Today, for just the third time only, an impeachment trial began for U.S. President. Senators are now determining the fate of President Trump. It comes just a month after the House voted to impeach him on charges of abuse of power and obstruction of Congress. The president's lead lawyer opened arguments saying the president did nothing wrong, while led the House manager Adam Schiff appealed to the Senate chamber to weigh the case fairly.
We believe that once you hear those initial presentations, the only conclusion will be that the president has done absolutely nothing wrong, and that these articles of impeachment do not begin to approach the standard required by the Constitution, and in fact, they themselves will establish nothing beyond those articles. You look at those articles alone and you will determine that there is absolutely no case.
When the founders wrote the impeachment clause, they had precisely this type of misconduct in mind. Conduct that abuses the power of his office for personal benefit, that undermines our national security, that invites foreign interference in our democratic process of an election. It is the trifecta of constitutional misconduct justifying impeachment.
People across the country, including right here in our area, split about the impeachment process. We have been asking you all day if you support the impeachment proceedings.
So you can still vote on our app or WCNC.com/vote. NBC Charlotte's Alex Shabbat has more on what people are saying locally.
Well, I talked to several people walking around Uptown. Some of them told me they're not only focused on the president, but the process itself. About 400 miles from the debate at the U.S. Capitol, outside Charlotte's Government Center, some have already made up their minds.
Yes, I do think that he should be removed.
I think it's just a witch hunt.
Others, like Steve Gibbons,
I voted for President Trump,
remain undecided about whether the Senate should remove President Trump from office.
There's some evidence that says, there was some, I don't know if the word is illegal, questionable doing. Don't know if any laws were actually broken, though.
But several people we talked to believe it's an open and shut case.
I believe that he should be removed from office.
The evidence is pretty clear. I've seen what I've seen, and he looks guilty to me.
I believe that he has asked foreign governments to interfere in our election, and I don't think that that's the way a democratic country should run.
On the opposite side of the spectrum, there are those against the process altogether.
I think he's a great president. I don't think he should be impeached.
And for some, it comes down to trusting the process in the Senate. Ashley Wheeler says she doesn't.
I think there should at least be a fair and open, honest telling of everything, and have witnesses and have everybody be able to hear exactly what is going on.
He's trying to deny the fact that he's guilty of what he is, and the Republicans seem to go along with it.
Both sides are very one-sided right now. Hopefully they'll come together and do the right thing.
Most of the people told us they won't be watching the Senate proceedings, but they will be checking for information and updates later on. In Uptown, Alex Shabbat, NBC Charlotte.